Yes, one more thing, I cannot take the bike reverse. It is impossible. For the convenience of doing this off-roading, I think it's worth that extra inconvenience. See, I want to go here. Like around 3 months since I am riding this Impulse. As you can see, it doesn't look like a normal Impulse anymore. I have made necessary changes that I felt will suit my personality. It may not suit the dynamics of quite a few people, but this is what I wanted. The bike is still not done. I still haven't made a overall review of what I've done. There is say a disc cover that is going to be placed over here. Special alterations required, so that is in process. But this video is not about what changes I've done. This video is with reference to, should you do it? Should you make this bike this massive? And I use it on a daily basis. I do not only exclusively use it off-roading, or nor do I like pack my bag in one of the Qualises or Tata Ace, take it off, remove it, use it for off-roading and place it back. So I use it on a daily basis, and my views regarding should you do the same. Number one, is it practical? Absolutely not. It isn't practical at all. You need to have really good calf muscles, because most of the times you'll be tiptoeing. There's a lot of pressure over here. There'll be a lot of pressure on your knees as well. So if you have good legs, strong legs, good enough. Number two, you really need to say understand where you want to stop. The thing is, because there's a lot of construction here. Okay, it's done. The thing is, because the bike is so tall, let me sit on it and explain. Number one is, how do you sit on it? There are two options. You can obviously put your leg here and sit. As you can see, even though the bike is slant, I'm tiptoeing over here. Number two is this way again. Now, at any given point of time, I can tiptoe only on one leg. My second leg is in the air. How much ever I try, I'm like 5'9", 5'10", optimistically, but 5'9". I'm tiptoeing on one leg, and it could be irritating for few people, but for me it's worth the struggle. Now, let's say you're off-roading and there's an uneven patch. If there's an uneven patch, and if it's not a flat road like this, with tiptoeing and leaning towards your leg, leaning towards your left, your bike is straight. But say if it is uneven and there's a slight incline of 2 feet or 1 feet below, moment you put your leg and it's 2 feet below, you can see the bike will completely fall on the side. So the thing in off-roading is, you need to correct your movement on regular basis by, say, placing your leg left, right. If you feel your bike is going to fall on this configuration, you better know where you're going, because so in this bike you don't have the luxury of just going ahead and figuring it out whether you'd require to place your legs down to correct the angle of the bike. You really need to understand that this is the path you want to go, and you got to mentally prepare yourself that you will most likely be standing on the bike or you'll be sitting on the bike, but the luxury of placing your legs flat on the ground is no longer there. So you really need to know the bike's dynamics, the bike's capacity, and your riding capacity. So I would suggest this sort of increase in height that I have done. Only pro riders do it. If you're a newbie, I don't think it's really worth the effort. See, now example, if I have to stop, this is where I would stop. I'm seeing an incline, I'm comfortable. This is how I would stop on a normal impulse. My leg, I would have a slight incline here, and I'm comfortable over here. But if not for this incline, I'm kind of saying stretching my leg over here, and it is uncomfortable, but I've just got used to it. So for me, it's still worth the change that I've done. So I think this is what I'm trying to say in terms of the feel of the bike, in terms of the eyeballs of people looking at you, especially at say petrol pumps and all. You will get a lot of attention. This bike definitely looks, I mean, quite a few people, first of all, impulses are very rare, and with the changes I've done, quite a few people mistaken it for an imported bike. You know, I've got it from abroad, especially because these changes I've done ahead as well. So there are positives, there are negatives. If I could go back, I would still have this particular configuration. Yes, one more thing, I cannot take the bike reverse. It is impossible. Let me give you an example. I'm here, I'm using my foot just to see that the bike doesn't topple, but considering I'm tiptoeing, I'm literally doing ballet on this bike, I cannot use my toe to push the bike behind. Maybe if I use my front suspension, like compressing it and taking it behind, maybe say an inch, 2 inch. But if I have to take my bike back, I do have to get down. I will have to get down. I will have to pull it back like this, then go ahead like this. I will have to see that the surface is flat so that my foot can be on the surface. Swing my foot here, adjust myself, put it on first gear and go. So I wish I had a reverse gear on this bike considering the height, but this is what it is. But again, this bike kind of, because I have a bigger front tire, 21 inch, it is a massive difference while saying eating up speed breakers, eating up bad patches of road. Say if at all you do need to ride on the footpath, the bike can just go on the footpath without you worrying about it. Let me see if I can show you that example without destroying public property. Okay, there. It just glides. You don't feel the bump. Okay, this could be a good example of showing the advantage of a 21-inch tire. This is a proper footpath. I'll go over it again. It reminds you of your childhood BMX, man. This bike can just take anything on its way. For the convenience of doing this, off-roading, I think it's worth that extra inconvenience. See, I want to go here. I could have never even thought of going this way on my, say, Bergman. Now I have a massive dog in front of me. Hello, Scooby-Doo. Not a problem, you have impulse. That's it. that kid is enjoying my off-roading. See, I would still suggest place 21-inch tires in the front and 18-inch tires or 17-inch tires in the rear, because as you can see, the 21-inch just allows the bike to climb over hurdles without a strain on the engine, without a strain on the suspension. It is really good. What I have done is I've gone a step further and placing a rally kit seat, which has further increased the height. So maybe you do not go completely overboard like I have. Maybe you just put a normal seat, and instead of tiptoeing, maybe you can ride it like a normal bike. But for me, I wanted to go out full out, and that's exactly what I've done.